Hey there, welcome back to Minifig Monday. This one's gonna be pretty special, and I know some of you are saying, someone's gonna say, "Oh, Boba Fett again? That's lame." Actually, this was not lame. This is probably the most detailed figure I've ever seen Lego make. Wow. Like, they put everything into this figure, and this is the newest version of Boba Fett at this point. And this is the Empire version. Now this comes in a small set. This is the Boba Fett mech version of him. Uh, I am sorry why this is... I apologize if that's getting darker. But anyway, this is a cheap Boba Fett, or a cheap way to get him. But he has arm printing. That's a big deal. They did it with Darth Vader, which that makes sense because that Vader is like a carryover from the other new sets. But this is a brand new version. This is not some, you know, it's not a carryover either, which is surprising that they put this amount of detail into such a small set. Okay? We're not complaining. No one is. I'm just a little surprised. But anyway, here's a 360 of Boba Fett. And this is the Empire Strikes Back version. And this is different than the UCS Boba Fett and the Cloud City. It's hard to explain. It is similar, but it is definitely different. They upped the detail. They kind of made it's much more sharper. All the details and they're much more easier to see, I guess. But here he is. I do have some other Boba Fetts to show briefly. And by the way, this set does not come with the cloth cape, which I guess is fine. It would actually cover up the beautiful arm printing. But here's Boba Fett from the 20th anniversary Slave 1. I do think this one's great, but this new one, this new one outclasses everything. So here it is, pretty cool figure. Here's one that I have that not many people actually have. This is from the Desert Skiff Escape from 2017, Target exclusive. Not many people talk about this one, but this one's sweet. This is from Return the Jedi, and this is a very different version. It's got acid scars. We did a video on this one not too long ago, but this is definitely different. You can see the different suit color, different cloth cape, different helmet. It's different. So that one's cool. This one's really cool. And then the Book of Boba Fett version, which I like. I don't love it. It's a cool version for sure. It's just the most different Boba Fett. Like, it's the most not like him. It's the most unique version, I guess, of the costume for sure. This one comes from the Slave 1 Microfighter. That's why he doesn't have the antenna, but who cares about that? Just wanted to show you. I might be putting a cape on him as that falls. I have a cloth cape, like a spare. This one's cool. I might put it on him. I don't know. It just would block the detailing. But speaking of detailing, what? Why would the designer spend so much time making a new version? There's already a Boba Fett out there. Why does it need to be a new version? I'm kind of confused, but also very grateful because they made a brand new, everything is new. Helmet, head, the arms, everything. Like, what? Why is it so good? Like, why is it so good for 16 bucks? Some people may have problems paying that, but you get some really cool pieces, and that mech is really cool. The video's coming soon. But yeah, that's cool. The gun, we'll talk about the gun. It's not new. This is like a basic gun combination. It's actually, funny enough, this is based on the UCS Boba Fett gun that came with the UCS Slave 1, which I think that's cool. They carried that over. It's nothing special, just a blaster in black with a lightsaber hilt in black. But it's cool. You know, it's not terrible. It's just not interesting. But it is a cool gun, for sure. Although, to be honest, it doesn't really look like Boba's gun. It looks good, it just doesn't look quite like it. But let's take the gun out of his hand because look at all this detail. There is stuff everywhere. Like, what? Why? Why is it so amazing? I don't know. Random subscriber? I have no idea. But he's got arm printing. That is a big deal in the Lego world. That's a big, big deal. Especially for characters like Boba Fett, the legend that he is. He gets the legendary printing, I guess. If this will focus, okay, there. He's got his pauldron, which is shiny. He's got his, the Wookiee hair braid. He's got his dart launcher. I assume it's a launcher, so that's cool. And the green gauntlets, that means this is Empire. In Return of the Jedi, he does have red gauntlets, a little bit different. Nerd stuff, who cares? On this side is even better. It's got the Mythosaur logo with silver printing over that. It's so good. It's so good. Why did they outdone themselves? This is the best Boba Fett I've ever seen in my life. Like, what? The only thing that would make it the perfect figure is if they had the cape. But even then, you can just buy a cape. It's not even that big of a deal. But then again, if you put the cape on him, it's going to cover up this printing. So I'm guessing that's why they didn't include it. Vader's different. He gets the cape around his neck. So it's on the back. So that's fair. That makes sense. But anyway, this one does have a wrist launcher, or missile launcher, I guess, on his this side. And he's got the same jetpack, same helmet. Helmet's new, like, printing is fantastic. Look at this. It's so good. He's got, like, all these battle scars, and it's just so beautifully decorated. Like, why? Why? It's so good. He's got the antenna as well. You can pull that down. I can see some people complaining about the helmet. It's sand green again. Here's the thing. If they made it dark green, you would not be able to see the visor or the red or the dark green of, the cheeks. I can understand, and plus Boba Fett's been sand green for so long at this point that it's kind of dumb if they change it. So, you can't please everyone. So, whatever. Antenna's great as well, as usual. I think the only things that would make this helmet better is if they printed on the back, but, it's not that big of a problem. The jetpack is back, of course, as well. That's nothing new. He does have back printing. Yes, it's kind of useless, but it's very appreciated. Same with the Mandalorian. They give him back printing too, but he has a cape or a jetpack. Like, it's a little bit not needed, but it's great. And look at this. It's just so... It's so well designed. Like, whoever designed this needs an award. It's kind of the same as the old Boba Fett, but... it's just updated. It's much more clean. It's much more, like, easy to see, I guess. He's got the pockets. He's got the knee pads, the shin guards, the shins, the spurs on his shoes. And it's sand blue, which is great. Sand green as well. And he's got dark green with the Journeyman Protector logo. Nerd stuff again. This one's cool. He's got the electronic display. Just tons of battle damage. I mean, this guy's been through a lot. And he's got his belt, which is different. And, like, they did not need to update it. They did not need to go this hard for another Boba Fett, but I'm glad they did, because this is easily the cheapest way to get a Boba Fett. And it's so well appreciated. And I have 5 Boba Fetts at this point, but this is by far the best version. And this is his face. He is younger, I guess. They gave him a stubble and some scars. I assume this is like Empire version. Like, he's a little bit older. He's not old, but he's not young, if that makes sense. So, yeah, the face is good with this one. It is new, so the scars are new. It's a little bit different than the Book of Boba Fett version, where he's older. You can tell he's older in this one, but I like this face better. I just think it fits him more. It reminds me of Wolverine, which is a good thing, so, yeah. And he does not have an alternate face. That wouldn't really make any sense, but he does have alternate head printing, of course, showing the back of his head. It would have been nice to get, like, hair, but I don't think Boba Fett had hair at this point, so I don't think it really matters. But let's take that head off really quickly. There's more. There's more to see. They always do this with Boba Fett. I appreciate it. They give him back printing. You're never gonna see it. You will never see it, ever, unless you take the jetpack off. Okay, that's amazing. Look, there's so much. Why? It's kind of useless, but whatever. It's amazing, regardless, that they decided to. There's just. It's so good. The back of his armor, scuff marks. Wow. It's insane how detailed this figure is. Especially for the price. Normally you would see this in like a $200 set, $300, more than that. But they decided to put it in a cheap set, which is fantastic. And I love that. I think everyone loves it. That's why they just like this Boba Fett mech. They just want it for this figure. They just want to buy it for the figure, which, in this case, is a perfect decision. If you don't have a Boba Fett, go out and get it. It's the most perfect Boba Fett I've ever seen Lego make. There is nothing wrong. No flaws. Nothing wrong. I mean, again, you want the cape, you can buy it. It's not that expensive. So, this is a phenomenal minifigure. There's nothing to complain about. I am still surprised. I'm just as shocked as you are. And even better, if you get the Darth Vader mech, you also get a phenomenal Vader. So, yeah. I have a few favorite minifigures, like just personal favorites, that have arm printing. Like this level of detail. Deadshot's one of them. Got him recently. Love that figure. And then Korra. Actually, all three of the Tron figures, for that matter. And a few other figures. But I think this is just... It's just perfect. Like, they took everything that worked about the old Boba Fett figures, ramped it up. Ramped up the detail. Whoever designed this, I need to know who designed this. Because they need some kind of praise. Something. Because this is a perfect figure. Colors are right. Accuracy is right. Everything's right. If you want a Boba Fett, it's a no-brainer. You gotta get the mech. And even if you don't build it, you can still enjoy the pieces. So, this is the last Boba Fett I'll do on the channel, I promise. Like the last minifig video. But I had to get the set, because this figure, it's so, like, perfect. It's just, I don't know, it's great. But let me know what you think. Do you like this Boba Fett? Do you like the old one better? I know there are some people that will like the UCS Boba Fett more, and that's fair. But let me know, which Boba Fett's your favorite? I know they've done the white armor, they've done, they have the old 2006 version, and there's a lot of versions, but I think this is by far the best version. And, yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think. Sorry if it went a bit long. I have a lot to say. This is my favorite character, so I think it's justified in this case. I am just still surprised. Why did they put so much effort into a re-release, essentially? It's still the question, right? But let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. And let me know your thoughts about the Boba Fett mech down below, good or bad. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.